Coming up for Morning on the Mountain, we take a look around the high country, including Saturday's spring game.
And after we preview the big event at Kidd Brewer Stadium, we took to the big stage. The Isle celebrates its 5th anniversary, a preview of the festival and everything going on there.
We also take a look at the great outdoors and all the simple things that make this place so special. All that and more here on Appalachian Weekly News, Morning on the Mountain. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to AWN's Morning on the Mountain. I'm Hannah Runkle.
And I'm Bobby Phillips. We have a great show planned for you today, from community updates, App State sports, and a little bit of fly fishing. A little bit of everything's going on around here. Hannah, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Now that I'm here in the studio with you, what about you, Bobby?
I'm doing good. I didn't like waking up super early this morning, but glad to be here with you and telling everybody about the things going on around the high country. And we start off with last year's Rocky season is behind the App State football team, and their sights are set on this fall. But before the season kicks off this August, the annual Battle of the Rock spring game is here. We're really excited about all the events going on. This is a little bit of a preview of the team before we get to the big event.
Absolutely. And the game is on Saturday at 1 p.m. and will turn friends into foes as the players try to take home bragging rights on which side is better, black or gold. AWN's own Will Battershow will be keeping us updated throughout our show today on what to expect for the first game. But first, Will, what can fans expect to see from their team tomorrow?
Thanks, guys. And one thing that the fans can expect to see tomorrow will be a whole lot of new faces. App State has done a great job in recruiting over 60 new players to the team. And not only are they going to be able to see new faces, but App State's doing something special for the fans. From 10 a.m. to kickoff, there's going to be a fan fest on the West Side Residence Quad, where the fans can just go and have a good time before the game, and then come game time, it's going to be sunny and 80 degrees. So make sure you bring that sunscreen because it's going to be a good chance to get burnt. But overall, if you want to come to this game, good thing for you because it is free for everybody. So if you are doing nothing on a Saturday in Boone, come on over to the Rock and watch the Battle of the Rock as you see all these new teams take it on. Back to you guys.
County Board of Education elected to approve a change in the time students come into and leave the classroom starting in the fall of 2026. K-8 schools will now run longer. The new times run from 7:45 to 2:45, with high school students now coming into school at 8:25 and leaving at 3:35. The decision comes after the superintendent, Leslie Alexander, and a work group made up of parents, staff, and administrators discussed the topic throughout the school year. We are expected for an official announcement soon.
More relief money is coming to the high country as FEMA allocated more than $40 million to Avery, Ashe, and Watauga counties. Watauga will receive the most, with more than $33 million total for the county. $26 million of that will be heading to Valley Cruces School for repairs. Avery is receiving more than $7 million for debris removal and emergency equipment support, and Ashe has been allocated $1.5 million heading to the NC Department of Transportation for road repairs. More than $40 million allocated to the three counties accounts for 41% of the total $103 million granted to North Carolina to support recovery from Hurricane Helene.
2 people are dead after a fire broke out at a home in Vilas. Watauga County Sheriff and fire departments received a call around 2 a.m. about an explosion and fire on Burl Brown Road. The fire spread but was quickly controlled. During the output of the flames, Fire Marshal Shane Garland requested the Watauga County Sheriff's investigator. The investigation is currently ongoing.
A $25,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the arrest of a woman who has been missing since 1982. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein made this announcement last week, and Angela Hamby went missing in Wilkesboro on October 29, 1982. Officials say she left her house at approximately 9:30 a.m. to just run errands, but did not return home later that night. Anyone who has any information concerning this case should contact Wilkesboro Police Department or the State Bureau of Investigation at the numbers on your screen. The Iran and United States war, otherwise known as Operation Epic Fury, is raging in the Middle East. We spoke to locals and students around Boone to get their opinion about the war, which is now on month number 2.
It's pretty nuanced, honestly. There's obviously a motive for us to step in and try and prevent nuclear proliferation in the region. But I do feel that it's important that we do it in a diplomatic way.
I think that it's kind of being handled like we're in a like sandbox and we have kids throwing sand and toys at each other, and I think it's pretty embarrassing for our country the way that it's being spoken about by leadership.
I think I agree with the Pope as far as like we don't need to be killing people and blowing stuff up and going to war.
I don't want any part of it. I don't want to lose Americans fighting in this cause.
Tensions rising in the Middle East, the U.S. military calls on its National Guard members and reservists to join in the fight, including some people you might see in your classes every day. AWN's own Hayden Jabot sat down with App State's Assistant of Veterans Affairs, Bethany Gonzalez, to discuss what actions are being taken by the university with some mountaineers.
In the midst of an all-out war, it's easy to forget that our brave soldiers have lives away from the front lines. But when duty calls, they spring into action to protect our nation, including some fellow classmates that you pass every day on campus.
We have had an increase of students who have had to leave our campus in person, but luckily with the UNC system, we have policies in place that help these students still continue through the semester, and we try to accommodate them as best as we can.
While these brave men and women are App State students, the last thing on their mind is missing an assignment back home while on the battlefield. That, among other reasons, is why the UNC system has made policies in order to protect our service members.
The policy has always been if you have orders, which means your leadership in the military has sent you like where you have to be and at what time, that is excusable from class. We allow students to, so if you are deployed and maybe you're on like a submarine and you don't have access to your computer, your laptop, you can't finish your class, then it's of no academic penalty to you.
Understanding their role in the success of veterans is what makes the App State VA office so great. But what do they actually do for their students? And when they are deployed, are they in contact with them?
Those students have sworn in with the understanding that they can be called up to serve the country. And we just do our best to make sure that there's no impact on their time as a student and that we help them to the fullest extent possible maintain their enrollment. As far as our military students, they're in constant contact with us and they're doing well.
While these armed forces members are heroes, sometimes heroes need help too. For the 4th year in a row, App State has been ranked in the top 10 military-friendly universities, and Bethany and her team show no signs of stopping their work anytime soon.
I think that's something that we always strive for, is just making sure that we're serving our students to the best extent possible. I'm really proud of our team for the work that we do here every day. It's always an honor, but it's also always an expectation. We've been on that list for a long time, and it's an honor to be recognized for that.
We would like to thank all of those serving in the military for their service here from AWM.
Absolutely, Bobby.
We're going to take a short break, but stay tuned. We're going to find out what in the world is going on with Howard Street and that spaghetti-looking road as we get a special interview from an owner of one of the most popular restaurants in downtown Boone. You're watching AWN's Morning on the Mountain live on App TV.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales. Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight. Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of The A-Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my God, no. That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Big changes are underway in downtown Boone, and Howard Street is right at the center of it all. From ongoing construction to recent restaurant closures, the downtown area is seeing a shift that's impacting both businesses and the community. Our very own Sabrina Foti is on Howard Street with more about what is going on.
I'm here in downtown Boone, where many are wondering what is going on with Howard Street and what the next steps are. I'm joined here this morning by Amy Forrester, owner of Phys Ed, to talk about these changes and how they're affecting businesses and the community. Amy, could you just explain to me what is going on with Howard Street?
Absolutely. This project has been in the works for a really long time. The goal is certainly to make Howard Street more accessible, more pedestrian friendly, and likely be a boost for all of the businesses that are back here on this sort of back street situation.
And with all this ongoing construction happening, how does it affect businesses like yours?
Certainly the dust and construction mess can be a little bit prohibitive when there are construction crews and trucks directly in front of us. We definitely see a little bit of a dip in business, but in the long run, we feel like it's going to be great for everybody, so I think it'll all be a wash in the end.
And then looking to the summer months coming up, what can we expect during the summertime season for you guys?
We're super excited about the summer. Boonerang's always a lot of fun for us. We keep things going with all of our dance nights and live music and just try to make it a party all the time. But summer's even more perfect and ripe for that. Construction-wise, I'm not really sure what the timeline looks like. They're doing their best to get it done as fast as they can, I know. And so hopefully by fall or football season, we'll see things really start to amp up.
And then we do have kind of this spaghetti, crazy winding road behind us over here. Do you know what the intentions are with these one-way roads on Howard Street?
I know the intention of the one-way is to make it much more walkable, pedestrian-friendly, have walking space on each side, and hopefully space for businesses to use that, outdoor seating and things like that. But I believe the weird spaghetti shape is just to slow traffic down a bit so that when people are walking, we know that cars are going to be a little bit safer.
And then during times like this, how are you able to keep people coming in your doors and keeping those customers coming back?
Our regular customers are really great about, coming to see us all the time, despite anything that's in their way. And we do our best with a bubble machine and music outside and try our best to get people's attention from outside, regardless of what it looks like on the street.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with all this construction going on, I know you didn't really mention like a timeline of things, but is there like stuff that we can see within the next couple months, like improving the street and traffic and parking?
I certainly hope so. I don't necessarily have the inside information, but I do know that we are continually updated by the town that they are doing their best to move forward as quickly as possible.
Well, thank you for your time, Amy, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Data centers are a new industry expanding for AI, but how would you feel about one in the high country? There's so much to talk about the effects these data centers have on local communities. Grace Ellen Callahan breaks down what a data center coming to Boone would mean for the area.
People are worried about data centers across America, even here in Boone. the town passed a 1-year moratorium that gives time for Boone to react to what the economic and environmental impacts would be if a data center were to come to the area.
The important thing to note is that there are no current projects in the pipeline. This is about policy. And what I think the town of Boone is seeing are some communities throughout Western North Carolina that have wanted to go back and make sure that their policy matches the community's desires and really what the community can support.
One of the positives, data centers can offer tax breaks to local governments. The Apple Data Center in Catawba County has given tax revenue that has allowed the town of Maiden to build a new town hall and a fire station, all while lowering the local tax rate.
So why are there complaints about data centers? Counties with data centers have complained about environmental impacts
and local utility spikes.
Data centers need water to operate, and with the rise in AI, more water is needed for these systems to function.
A medium-sized data center can use up to about 110 million gallons of water per year, equivalent to 10,000 households.
Boone's economy relies on tourism, and if data center pollution were to impact the environment, it would be taking away one of Boone's largest attractions. Town commissioners have agreed to meet for a public hearing that would decide if there should be a countywide moratorium on April 21st. I'm Grace Ellen Callahan, AWN.
There will be a public hearing on data centers the following Tuesday, April 21st at 5:30 p.m. at the County Building on King Street. Happy birthday, by the way, Grace Ellen. Now let's take a look at some of the events going around Boone and the High Country overall. There's a lot of exciting stuff, Hannah.
Absolutely. I know I am personally excited for App State Reading Day on April 30th. I have been really into my book recently, and I think that would be really awesome. What's your favorite event that's coming up?
I mean, the obvious one for me, you got to look at the Battle at the Rock spring game. I just love going to Kid Brewer at any chance that I can get. But the other thing I'm looking forward to is that Watauga County's farmer market opening back up. That'll be every Saturday for the entire month of, or the entire season of summer. So I'm really excited to go there and check out all the things that they have going on. And also they're bringing back the Old Time Jam at the Jones House every Thursday. Really great time if you're out on King Street to really enjoy some live music. People bring guitars, drums, all that type of stuff, and they have a lot of fun with that. I also know that they have a drum circle there a lot of weeks. I know that also comes on some Wednesdays as well. So I'm excited to hear them thumping as I'm walking down King Street.
Be sure to check it out. And if you're anything like Bobby and I, we are graduating, so just get every event that you can go to as you can. Well, we saw a lot of happenings around the High Country, and none are bigger than tomorrow's spring game.
Yeah, Hannah, second-year head coach Dow Loggins and his team look to put on a show for the Mountaineer faithful at this year's game in the Battle at the Rock spring game. It's really going to be a great chance to really preview a lot of these players. And I know no one is more excited than our correspondent, Will Battershell. I see still hanging around Kid Brewer Stadium. Will, what can fans expect to see from the offense during tomorrow's spring game?
This offense is going to look a little bit different than it did last year, especially when it comes to the quarterback room. We have two new transfers, one from UCLA, which will be Henry Hasselback, whose father, Matt Hasselback, played multiple years in the NFL, and then Malachi Singleton, quarterback from Purdue. Both of these quarterbacks are going to look to make a difference for this Mountaineers team as they are trying to win that starting role on offense at quarterback, and the spring game's really going to be what sets that in motion.
We got like 60 new guys. We've been building a bond off the field and on the field, so just the first time to just compete with, fans in the stadium, a kind of electric atmosphere, just getting into that game type of mode. It's going to be really fun. We're all excited for it. We've been beating each other up out here on the field, so, we're just ready to let it loose.
Yeah, just in total, I got here in January, and then since then, Boone has been incredible. I mean, I made some amazing friends. Just outside of just this facility, the teammates are all hanging out. We're always doing stuff. So just to be able to, finish the spring ball with the spring games, it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a celebration of the good work that we put in this year.
One familiar sight for the fans, though, will be the running back room. We have returner in Jakari Lewis, the freshman that really lit up the field last year with some explosive runs and just overall good performances for the Mountaineers. And then we have a returner in Kanye Roberts, who injured himself before the season started last year, had to sit out all season long, but looking to come back with a vengeance. So this double-headed monster of a running back room for the Mountaineers is looking to continue that tradition of some smash mouth football.
Man, the energy is intense, man. We've been going at it every day at practice, even back-to-back practice sometimes. But we out here going to work and we just ready to come through. Man, I'm excited. The most thing I'm really happy about is just being able to be on the field with my teammates and being able to do everything again. Like after sitting around for a long time, being able to move around, it's really good.
I feel like I'm growing as a leader and as a older guy on the team, even though I'm still a young guy, but it's also a mindset that you got to bring in. This year, I'm trying to improve on making big runs, actually rushing for longer, 90 yards, 80 yards, and making sure I'm getting to the end zone without getting caught.
It's so good to see Kanye Roberts come back after the injury. He's been battling so many injuries, so just hopefully he stays healthy because he is so good for this running back room and is going to be a fantastic mentor for Jakari Lewis. But you can catch this offense and everybody else that is new and returning and the rest of the team on Saturday at 1 p.m. with free admission into the game. So make sure you come out to the Rock for the battle at the Rock.
Thank you so much, Will, for that wonderful insight. And I don't know about you, Bobby, but I am very excited for the game on Saturday.
I'm really excited as well, Hannah. Really excited to see that quarterback battle. Excited to see who will be starting in the fall.
Absolutely. And if you want to come check it out, go on and support your Mountaineers. Well, it's safe to say there is a lot happening here in the High Country. And after this break, we will catch you up on everything happening in the sports world for the High Country, including a new court from the Hornets and a local student with a very unique hobby.
Welcome to Boone, North Carolina. Located along the Blue Ridge Parkway, nestled in the Appalachian Mountains, there is no place like it. Take a stroll down charming King Street, where you are sure to see a familiar face welcoming you. In the summer, go tubing down the New River, where the water runs almost as deep as our Mountaineer pride. When the leaves change in the fall, pack a picnic and head to Thunder Hill Overlook, where the skyline is so vibrant you can't help but send a picture to all of your family and friends. In the winter, check out one of our nearby ski resorts, where Yosef might just challenge you to a race down the slopes. And year-round, you can take in some of the most breathtaking views wherever you turn. As soon as you arrive in Boone, you'll realize there is something special in these mountains. Welcome home, and welcome to the valley.
Presence felt in the High Country of North Carolina. The Charlotte Hornets, who are competing in the play-in tournament for the NBA, helped rebuild the Riverview Community Center in Creston after the center was brutally damaged by the effects of Hurricane Helene. The facility is not just a building, but a fixture in Ashe County. The multi-purpose space is playing an instrumental role in lives of nearby citizens.
I think what we see today is it's so much more than just the paint that we were able to put up and the coatings and the court. This community center is the heartbeat of Ashe County, and it's really exciting to be a part of that.
They could have gone to a lot of different places. I've said that many times. The Hornets had options. They could have gone to Asheville. They could have stayed closer to home, but they came to us. And we feel tremendously blessed by that.
This is winning that's going to last far beyond the ribbon cutting. What's happening in this community center is going to live on for generations to come.
On March 25th, our Mountaineers took to the field in front of multiple NFL scouts to show their skills with hopes of reaching their dreams, being drafted and playing in the NFL. The mission was clear, and every player came onto the field with something else to prove. AWN's Hayden Jabot was at Pro Day and spoke with some of our future Mountaineer pros.
Take time and just enjoy every moment of it. If you're a football player, if you're not a football player, I mean, these 4 or 5 years go by so quick. So, I mean, I would just urge everybody, just take stock of the moment and just enjoy every second here.
What does it mean to be a Mountaineer?
As soon as I came in, I knew this was going to be a family for a long time.
That means a lot. I mean, the Lord, they gave me an opportunity after I hit the transfer portal. Not many teams did.
It's hard to describe. I try to tell people it's just a different brotherhood. You can't understand it unless you get to play here and be a part of it. I mean, I've known Power 5 guys that have come here and been like, the culture here is just different, and that's just how it is.
On March 25th, 13 Mountaineers gathered at the Rock one last time for a chance to show NFL scouts that they can flat out ball. From the trenches to the backfield to outside and beyond, these players gave everything they had to earn a shot of hearing their names being called on draft day. Pro Day isn't just a showcase of your skills. It also showcases your mentality and growth, on and off the field.
Outside of football, they taught me manhood, networking. They taught me the importance of reaching out, branching out to people, and having morale and integrity about yourself, and just better me as a man overall.
It's taught me a lot. It's taught me time management. It's taught me, how to live on my own. It's taught me how to handle adversity. It's taught me so many things outside of football.
I mean, this place is built on just being tough. So I learned very quickly how to be tough, dealing with a lot of hard work. It just prepares you to just be ready for the real world, almost like you've already gone through all the hard stuff, so you kind of know what to expect.
With this being the last time these players are playing inside of Kidd Brewer Stadium, they left a message for the next generation of players hoping to suit up in the black and gold.
Just trust the process.
To branch out and reach out to more guys.
Don't get distracted, there's gonna be a lot of distractions out there, but you gotta do whatever it takes to stay focused, to get where you're trying to go.
While their futures may be unclear at the moment, one thing is for certain. These men will take the Mountaineer mentality with them wherever they go.
We just seen some Mountaineer football players look to extend their career past their stint in Boone, with recent proposals surrounding college sports eligibility and concerns on how name, image, and likeness continues to affect the NCAA. Some App State alumni and fans worry about the future of their school. One man that's been in the deep weeds of researching NIL, transfer portal, you name it, is the very own Noah Warren, who joins us in the studio. Thanks for being with us, Noah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, and so my first question for you is, what do you know about App State's NIL budget, and how does that really stack up compared to the rest of the Sun Belt? It's a new weird world of college athletics.
So according to the Appalachian State Athletics, a budget is expected for the 2026-2027 calendar year of roughly $4 to $5 million, including the legal sports betting in North Carolina of an additional $3 million. Our team was able to reach out to the athletics department. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a concrete answer of where the ongoing situation stands with NIL. However, we're expecting an update to disclose the information to the public and to inform the people of Appalachian State of not only where the NIL stands with the budget, but also where does the money being allocated to with this year and continue.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on President Trump's executive order about this?
I think it's a step in the right direction. According to the WhiteHouse.gov, the mandate is set to go in effect August 1st. This will allow players to not only have 5 years to play for, which allows players, dealing with injuries, dealing with not having the right situation, they can continue to have a one-time transfer with zero penalty. But it also allows the coaching staffs to build a foundation to build their programs and move forward with the right resources around them.
And you talk about sitting out a year and all those things that can come with it, and a lot of new redshirt rules are constantly being moved around, transfer portal things. How does all these rules really affect the mid-major programs like App and the rest of the Sun Belt compared to those Power 4 programs?
It affects them a lot. According to the CBSSports.com, they put out a release with the new redshirt rule, which will be changing this year from 3 games to 9 games. That allows players to not only be more involved and to be willing to work through injuries, and it protects their rights and protects their seasons if in case they want to transfer at the end of the year. But it also allows the coaching staff to be able to utilize the entire roster, to be able to utilize the entire team, and to get away with using those players and utilizing everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And Luke Combs made a comment about the world of college sports. Do you agree with his comment?
I actually do agree with his comments. I think Luke is a diehard Appalachian State fan, and he's a big celebrity. So it's someone that we should listen to, because this could be a potential donor to the university and someone that we could look to not just football, but to help with all athletics. I think Luke's biggest point was contracts. He talks about how there's no guarantees, and with the current landscape of NIL, that's exactly the point. There is no guarantees. So I actually agree with Luke. I think moving forward that once some things kind of get ironed out with the NCAA, we'll be able to see people like Luke and other potential donors start to chime in and start to pitch in for the bigger cause, because they know where their money is going to.
It'll be really interesting to see how this all pans out. Thanks for coming on the show with us today, Noah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Noah.
And one sport that has stood above all here at App State, even though they've been without the advantage of NIL, has been wrestling. The team is 43-4 in the Southern Conference matches since 2020 and just took home their 4th straight conference tournament title last month. Very impressive. On the back of homegrown North Carolina talent, AWN's Dane Maggard spoke to some of the wrestlers about what it takes to be a Mountaineer.
In the heart of App State's campus sits Varsity Gym, the home of App State Wrestling, the best athletic recruitment since the turn of the decade at App State. With 35 national qualifiers since 2020 and 4 straight conference tournament titles, they make their statement on the back of homegrown talent.
So I'd say coming out of high school, I thought I was on this high horse. I thought I was pretty good. I had some talent, but I got here my true freshman year, and I got beat up pretty bad. I don't think I got a takedown for maybe the first 3 months I was here. They also do a really good job of developing North Carolina talent, like Cooper and Colt, both North Carolina kids. And I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say we're the most talented. I think we just built from the ground up with Coach Bentley, Coach Diabe, the entire coaching staff.
I always knew about App State, being a North Carolina kid, and always wanted to come here. Well, App State pretty much runs the SoCon. I think we all know that. And I knew a couple guys that come here, Aldo and Tomas went to my high school, and just talking with them and talking to the other guys that went here, just the culture and Coach Bentley and just that blue-collar culture.
While many current Mountaineers travel from all parts of the East Coast, Cooper Foster, who just capped off a podium finish at conference championships, comes from just 20 minutes down the road in Newland, North Carolina.
The Avery Saints are obviously cool, but Division I, like App State, is it just feels so much better. It was always an option in my mind to go here, since it's so close, and I knew that my family would probably want me to stay somewhere close also. I'm not just wrestling for myself out there, I'm wrestling for everyone that believes in me. It just felt like App State wanted me more, so I feel like it just came down to that. I want to go to the school that they want me the most at, so that's why I chose App State.
If you want to get better and you're hard working, you're going to do all the right things all the time, then I think you have what it takes to be a Mountaineer.
That's kind of what we preach for the most part is, doesn't matter what people did in the past, it's today. Today matters, and that's when we're going to compete. We're going to go out there and put out our best self.
From one hobby of ours at AWN to the hobbies across the high country, Serial Hobbyist is one of the newest shows to grace the screens of App TV, and it's run by our own Marguerite Huckabee and Kelly Ray Thomas. Here's a sneak peek of what they got going on.
My name's Lizzie, and my hobby is roller skating. When I was around 14, I got a pair of roller skates and I would just kind of cruise around on and off. And then when I was around 19, I went to the skate park with one of my brother's friends. I saw her and I was like, that looks super fun. I want to do that. And I remember the first time I went, I was so scared. I was like, I can never do this. But I just kept going back and I learned to drop in, and that really started from there. Whenever I travel, I like to check out the skate parks and DIY street spots there. Recently, I actually went to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, so I got to skate at some parks I've also skated a bit in Florida, Jacksonville, and I recently went to Florida Swamp Fest, which was super crazy fun. So that was definitely a highlight of my spring break trip. And I really want to go to San Diego because I really love skating like bowls, and there's not a whole lot of bowls here. And San Diego has like a really great roller skating scene and lots of big bowls there. Everywhere I went, like all the roller skaters I've met have been super friendly, super supportive, and just overall chillers. Like I went to this one roller skate competition in Jacksonville, Florida, and that was like one of the best moments of my life. Like it was so fun, and everyone was super hype and just like cheering on each other, and I definitely say like Florida has a lot of awesome roller skaters. I have a YouTube channel, and I also post a lot on my Instagram. I just make little videos of like trips that I go on and my friends and stuff. So that's definitely a passion of mine. Recently, I was near Central Dining Hall, and I skated down this like barrier next to the stairs, and that kind of blew up. So Barstool Nears reposted me, and yeah, I got some new followers, lots of views. If I had to give some advice to a beginner skater, I would say just get out there, do it, you're gonna fall, and that's okay. Put your headphones in, listen to some good music, and just have fun.
Truly, that is such an awesome hobby, and I know I could never do that. I'm very impressed. What about you, Bobby?
I absolutely could not. I could barely just go around a roller rink, let alone go into those bowls and do all the tricks. I wouldn't stand a chance. But if you want to see more from Serial Hobbyists, they'll be airing on App TV every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, and with the warmer weather, it's a great opportunity to go on and get outside and enjoy a game.
And speaking of the outdoors, we have a look at the fishing spots here in the high country and shining a spotlight on the big stage of Thaw Out right here on AWN.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales. Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG baby.
Hello and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of The A-Game.
It's a good moment, you know.
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my god, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow!
A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
For the 5th straight year, North Carolina's biggest party is coming to Boone. Thaw Out Music Festival is around the corner, and as the event will kick off next Saturday. Acts such as Grammy award-winning artist DaBaby will headline the show, but some fans and locals alike have been concerned with rising ticket prices and lack of local artist representation. Live at the High Country Fairgrounds is Adam Persico talking about the event.
So behind me, it may look like just an empty grass field here, but in a little bit over a week, it's going to be the site of the premier music festival here in Boone, North Carolina. That's right, I'm talking about Thaw Out, which is the place to be if you're a student at App State. I feel like it's a rite of passage. I've seen everyone who's a freshman or a sophomore at least go once in their time here. Now, looking back here, we have plenty of space for the stages. Looking year to year, though, at the lineups, this year, DaBaby will be the headliner, and I know that's an exciting one for a lot of the people showing up here, but that means there will be less of a focus on local artists. This year, compared to prior years, there will only be 2 local artists representing Boone on the Thaw Out stage. One of those bands was unfortunately not able to meet with us today, but we did want to speak with them a little bit about what it meant to them to perform here at Thaw Out. And when I did talk to them a little bit privately, they said it's an honor. They got recommended through a fan vote, which means that the App State students and the Boone locals voted them in to the stage and to performance here at Thaw Out. So they're very honored and excited to do that. But this year, the tickets are more expensive with more big name artists. I did mention that it's only 2 local artists. Well, with more big name artists comes higher priced tickets. Just 3 years ago, tickets were listed at about $45. Then tickets were listed at about $55 to $60 last year. And then the tickets remaining this year sit at $71 a piece.
There, I just want to hear your perspective. How has this big festival changed throughout the years? How has it grown?
Yeah, and the way the Thaw Out has changed year to year is it's significantly more busy than it's been year to year. There's more people than ever each year. It feels like the number has gone up, at least based off what I've seen in photos, what we've seen in numbers. But this year should be a very busy one as well. So with that being said, with all these changes, with how crazy and hectic it gets, if you go to the Thaw Out Instagram, if you are going, there's a list of people who can beat, people who can pick you up. If things get a little too crazy here, I do think that's a good choice for people as well. If not, you should organize a ride. But you can also get your tickets online. There are some remaining. If you do want to go to Thaw Out, if you want to support the 2 local artists that will be there, if you want to see DaBaby or any of the other national acts that will be performing here in just over a week.
And it'll be great to go to, especially with that warmer weather outside. Thank you, Adam. And speaking of those outside activities, Will Battershell and Adam Persico, AWN's very own, kick off their exploration of the high country by taking on fly fishing.
Bobby just saw a fish right along this first steep crevice right here.
Okay.
So for you, that's not that difficult. I am gonna try to go across the river, like throwing across the river.
Okay.
Because that's where I just saw a giant trout.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Can I be honest with you guys? We've been out here for a couple hours now and I still have no clue what I'm doing. But the weather's nice, so that's cool. That's crazy how he does that. That's insane. That's insane, man.
Maybe we're using the wrong bait. Maybe it's just not the right time of day, which definitely could be the thing. They always do bite better in the morning.
And you know what they say, worst day fishing, better than your best day at work.
We are back for part 2. Didn't catch anything last time, so we changed a few things around and hopefully we catch some fish this time. We'll see. Dude, I keep unscrewing my reel as I'm casting. Adam's got a really interesting strategy with the cast over there. He's not letting the rod do the work.
Well,
Dude,
I thought maybe. Hooks in deep, boys. That's what I'm saying.
Let me just get out here. Okay, we're out of the muck. Hey, yo, he caught something.
Fish on the line. Fish on. Fish on.
He caught
Oh,
something.
we're going.
Adam with the first catch of the day, first catch of the series. Me and Adam are exploring the outdoors here in the high country. Next time, it's disc golf.
Yeah, it is.
Great stuff, guys. But Adam, I have to say, I think you need a little bit more practice. It looks like you got skunked there, unless you count that stump as a fish, which I personally wouldn't. Well, Bobby, I know you were out there. How was your experience with that?
It was really fun. I was mainly behind the camera for a lot of it. It was nice getting in the water. It was a lot colder than I expected. But it was really fun being out there. I grew up actually fishing with my granddad a lot of the time when we would go out and try and catch things. But that was the first time I really interacted with fly fishing, which was really fun. So overall, really good time. Just a good time to get outside. And as I said, it's always awesome seeing people enjoy the beautiful nature here in the high country.
Absolutely, Bobby. Well, speaking of that, we take a look at the golf scene in Boone, and we'll see who wins here on Morning on the Mountain.
Let's go!
To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow! A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Jenna Dunning.
And I'm Hunter Boston. We have you covered on all things Ashe, Avery, and Watauga County.
Welcome back to Black at App State TV. I'm your host, Rhea Autry, and we are so happy to have you here with us today.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio Buenos Días Boone. Yo soy Natalia Guiar.
Y yo soy Denise Casales. Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Can't Think Straight.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Connected Cultures.
This is Adam Church, live with the Adam Church Band, RFG, baby.
Hello, and welcome to Religion and Life. I'm your host, Ozzy Ostwald.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the A Game.
It's a good moment, you know?
Hi, Pixels.
Oh my god, no.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Welcome back, my fellow insomniacs.
Welcome back to Morning on the Mountain here on AWN Live, of course, on App TV. And Hannah, we're almost to the end of the show. What are your plans to do right after this?
Well, honestly, it is such a nice day today. We had a little bit of rain, but I think the sun's going to come back out. So I'm just trying to spend some time outdoors. All these stories are really inspiring me. What about you, Bobby?
I mean, I got to say the same right now. Myself and Will Battershell, who you saw a little bit earlier, we're talking about going golfing a little bit later. Either way, I'm really excited about whatever we do. But another thing you could be doing this weekend is Once Upon a Mattress. It began its run here in Boone on Wednesday and will run through tomorrow. AWN's very own Dane Maggard spoke to some of the big stars of the show about what they expect in this wacky musical comedy.
You're going to be laughing from the beginning to the end.
App State Department of Theater and Dance takes the stage in their newest production, Once Upon a Mattress, a comedic musical adaptation of the classic fairy tale, The Princess and the Pea.
People of the high country should come and see this show because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a show that you can honestly bring anybody, your aunt, your kid, your brother, your sister. It's something for everyone.
I saw it on Broadway 2 Octobers ago and it was hilarious. I emailed my mom at intermission and I was like, I have to do this show. The show is so funny. Then the theater department announced they were doing it. It's a very goofy plot. So we have Winifred that will be a little bit herself, not a little bit, a lot of bit. And it's not what you typically call a princess. It's okay, and you can have a giggle, but also very effective to know, oh yeah, you gotta kick back and laugh and enjoy life a little bit, because that's what Winifred does.
There's a line from one of the songs that says, "A genuine princess is exceedingly rare." And I think that extends into kind of the message of the show. I think to be genuine is to be rare, but it's something that we should all strive to be, and something that we should be striving to achieve in our everyday life. I think the most genuine moments in the show are probably the ones that audiences will leave thinking about. I think it really kind of sums up that message of individuality and going outside of a box.
As you can probably tell already, this is going to be a really wacky show, like one you've never seen before. And if you want to get off of your mattress and get in a Valborg Theater seat, it's all up to you.
From plays around the high country to the big screen of Hollywood, AWN's own Kaylee Tauti breaks down the latest pop culture news in cinema. From blockbuster hits like Dune and Marvel's Doomsday to drama around new movies, Kaylee got us covered in this edition of Kaylee's Corner.
Welcome to Kaylee's Corner, where I, Kaylee Tauti, keep you up to date on everything in the pop culture bubble. Today, I want to focus on movies and what's been going on in the cinema world. There's whispers surrounding the drama, Spider-Man is breaking records, and Dune and Doomsday are fighting for spots in IMAX in December. So there's a lot to cover. Let's dive right in. There is some drama surrounding the drama, which is Zendaya and Robert Pattinson's new big hit that hit theaters this past weekend. It left audiences a little uneasy and on the edge of their seat. I saw the movie this past weekend and thought it was great. But March for Our Lives came out against the way this movie was marketed. The film contains messaging about school shootings, and many felt blindsided by that. March for Our Lives stated, "The way this film has been marketed is deeply misaligned with the reality it engages. We expect better from A24 and the artists behind it." Personally, I really liked it, but I do agree it could have been handled better. The marketing did show that there was going to be a big plot twist where Zendaya would reveal the deepest, darkest secret of hers, which is the worst thing she's ever done. But I do think that films in the future should handle this with more care.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other.
Spider-Man shattered global records with a whopping 718.6 million views in the first 24 hours of its trailer being out. It is now deemed the most watched trailer in history with 1.1 billion views. With the success of the trailer, only time will tell how well the box office will do. Tom Holland is already rolling out the promotion by holding a contest to win free tickets to the premiere this July in Los Angeles.
I love you all. Love from the top of New York City, Spider-Man's home, and I will see you at the premiere. Bye.
Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday have fans in a frenzy as they chose the same exact day to release both films on December 18th.
Well, you want to hit him with it, he's got the right name, but we both have films opening on December 18th, and we decided to coin it. You go for it. We're thinking Doomsday. All right. We'll see if we're still friends by then.
Now fans might not be experiencing that, as Disney is questioning if they should move Doomsday a week before so they can have time in IMAX before Dune takes that slot over. Personally, I hope that they keep it going, because as a huge Dune fan and a huge Marvel fan, I will be seeing both on the same day in back-to-back screenings, but time will tell if Disney will chicken out. That's all I have for you today in the movie world, but if you want to keep even more up to date, you could follow me on my socials and see some of my movie reviews on my Letterboxd.
Thank you so much, Kaylee. And I know I'm a big fan about them in the movies. I don't know about you, Bobby, but I love going to the theater. There's nothing quite like it. So I'm really excited for these upcoming films. Masters Week has came and went, unfortunately, and Rory McIlroy took home the green jacket, but we are here at AWN and we have some heavy hitters that the Northern Irishman isn't aware of just yet.
Our very own Kelly Thomas and Will Battershell took their talents, I don't know who wrote that script, but to the fairway to put their show on the golf course.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, there's crazy wind. Whoa, did you see that wind?
Gotta hit the ball.
Okay, so I pulled a Will.
I'm on 5.
Earlier, you want to stand?
So if
Right
she
in
gets
front
here
of
at
me?
4.
I don't do well, but I know I can do better.
You haven't hit it that straight the entire day.
Okay. Going back.
It's not gonna hit me. We're good.
Told you, not going back. Weren't you? I thought you were over there.
We
across
can't hit
the
across
street.
the street, so I'm counting. I'm just adding a stroke and hitting from over here.
Okay.
So this will be my 5th swing when I hit it.
Feels cheating, but okay.
It literally says a sign that says back there.
Yeah. And you follow signs now.
Yeah, you gotta follow the rules.
It's either gonna be lawnmower with you on the grass, you keep chipping.
Oh, it's beautiful. If he beats you, what are you gonna do?
Kill him.
Try one. Oh, that's really good, actually. Good shot. Oh, too hard.
Thank God in my head and my anxiety's spiking.
Oh,
Miss. Yeah!
I win! That was awful. That was probably the worst golf I've ever played, but guess what? The lights were the brightest and I didn't shine, but we still won.
And I was right about the performances we expected out there on the golf course. And who wears camo to go golfing?
I have no idea, Will, but I think you cannot be that casual. I mean, nobody even saw that you were there. Like, where's your polo?
Yeah, you got to dress up a little bit and at least play a little bit better out there on the course. But we do have a report coming up right now from our very own Will Battershell, who's out there at Kid Brewer Stadium. We have a video actually right now, I believe, of him falling down on the golf course. Oh, there he goes. Oh! I remember him later that day talking to me about how much his knees were hurting out there.
Good save, though, Will. Good save.
Yeah, able to get back up there, but that was quite the tumble right there. We're actually about to go to our very own Will Battershell. Will, what you got for us, and how about that fall?
Look, I always got to go after a chance to get some free golf balls as a college student, but that fall pretty much summarized how my round went. It was just all around awful. But you know what else is free that students can take advantage of? The spring game on Saturday at 1 p.m. And you can see people like the offense, like we've already mentioned, but on the defense, a lot of new faces and a lot of new transfers coming in. But they do have one keystone player that we're looking at, and that's Colton Ferris. He's really came onto the scene last year as a superstar linebacker, and now he's looking to be that rock in the defense to really carry the team.
For me, it's just more of being a leader. You know, this day and age of the transfer portal and stuff, you got a lot of new guys. Got to be able to teach them the defense and teach them how to play as a team and turn everyone that we got on the roster now into a family. So for me, it's been more of a leadership role. Put in a lot of hard work in the off season and just this whole spring ball. You know, it's the last kind of practice scrimmage, so everyone to come out and showcase what we've been working on.
Make sure you come out to The Rock on Saturday, 1 p.m. to come support this team. They're going to need it. A lot of new guys, new faces, and they're all just trying to get together and really get that experience they need to carry the momentum into that 2026 season. So make sure you show up and support these guys, because the more energy you can bring, the more energy they'll have as they prepare for that fall season.
Well, thank you very much, Will. I'm really excited to see how that game pans out. It should be really exciting out here. But sorry to say, we're coming toward the end of our Morning on the Mountain show, and I don't know about you, Hannah, but I've really enjoyed this.
I have absolutely enjoyed this thoroughly, and I now know so many things that I want to add to my calendar. I don't know about you, Bobby, but I'm definitely going to check out the spring game along with all the other events in the high country. So make sure you stay up to date by following AWN on Instagram, Facebook, X, and now TikTok. And thank you so much for watching. I had an absolute blast. I'm Hannah Runkle.
And make sure that you stay tuned with AWN to really know all of the great stuff we have going on. I know we have another show for sure planned in the future, as well as all the social posts we do. A lot of great stuff we do here on Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Bobby Phillips. Thank you so much for watching this program. Have a great weekend.
And enjoy that warm weather, Mountaineers.
It will be a really great time to go out there on the golf course with Will. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him. And you can look out here on King Street. Have a great weekend out there.